All right, so I know no one's in yet, but here's the thing. I just came from a beautiful ride with the MSP, and it was great. Now, one of my riding buddies hit me up and he goes, hey, let's go on another ride. Except this time he wants to go off-roading. Now here's the thing, I'm not an off-roader by any shot, by any stretch of the imagination. I do it every now and then, but I don't really enjoy off-roading like that. People do. Number one, the wheel gets insanely dirty. If you fall, you get dirty. But I would like to experience this wheel that he has. He has the Patent S and the Lynx. He's riding the Lynx. He gave me the option to ride his Patent S. But here's the thing: I can't just jump on someone's wheel and start riding as if I know the wheel. So what I'll have to do is get acquainted with the wheel at least a week or two and then start riding. Okay, so we have 3 people in the chat. Welcome, guys, whoever you are, welcome to the chat. Here's the thing, I decided to do this live in short notice because I'm headed to a guy, one of my riding buddies, in order to ride with him. He wants to ride, but he has a Patent S and a Lynx. I'm bringing my MSP high speed and I'm bringing my EX30. Now obviously this morning I just came from a beautiful ride with my MSP, so the bear is like 60%. Plus he wants to do off-roading. I sometimes do off-roading with my MSP. Yes, it doesn't have suspension, but the thrill is just insane, man. It's just a different level of workout. But I will bring my EX30 to ride off-roading with him. I do want to test out his Lynx. Now, is there anything I need to know about the Lynx? I heard it's a good race wheel, but he loves it for off-roading. So I am glad he chose off-roading in a way, because I really don't want to test his wheel on the street. That's like a rule of thumb. I have this rule that if it's my first time with the wheel, I will not take it to the streets. I have a rule that I'll ride for like 200 miles, 300 miles, 2 weeks, almost a month before I really take it out on the street. You know what I mean? Like, I'll take it out on the street, but I'm not gonna ride the way I truly ride on the street. You know what I mean? Because you don't know the wheel. But 200, give it like 200 miles, 2 weeks, maybe a month, half a month, you'll really begin to understand the characteristics of the wheel and the quirks of the wheel. And really, that's what I really want to know about, is the quirks. And one thing I realize when people get me onto their wheel and they're like, hey, try it out. And then I try it out and I tip over or I fall. They're like, wow, do you know how to ride? I'm like, yeah, I do, but it's your setup. This is your setup. And I have to go and like adjust the pads to my liking, and then I have to readjust it back to them. So I just have this automatic rule that if it's my first time on the wheel, I don't ride it on the street. And if I do ride it on the street, it has to be like a back road or something like that. You know what I mean? And I think that's a good rule, because dude, you don't know the wheel. And what's worse, it's not my wheel. So I'm not trying to damage the guy's wheel, you know what I'm saying? But I am excited to experience that Lynx. So we're on our way now to head to our fellow Bostonian rider. And he has a ton of wheels. Like, this guy just started. And he's like, okay, so he started with, what did he start with? I think he started with the EX30. Or he had a wheel before that. But I don't know, I think he started with the EX30. Then he went to the Lynx. Then he went to another Lieberkim wheel, Sherman L. And now he wants the P6. Oh my gosh, man. That's pretty wild. So it's definitely something that once you start, it's just really hard to stop. And you're probably wondering why I'm driving. Well, it was a short notice and I have some stuff to do. And I'm trying to get it done before a certain period, a certain time, because a certain store is going to close, and I need to make it before it closes. It's your Boyer. Hi. Hey, what's up, man? How's it going? How's everybody? How's everybody? So what do you guys think about the P6, and what should I know? What is there to know about the Lynx as a first-time rider? I don't think I've ever ridden the Lynx. I think I jumped on it once, and then I just gave it back to him because I'm like, dude, I don't want to mess your setup. So I'm very curious to see how that Lynx is going to feel. Now, my EX30 has this, I have a Michelin Street Pilot, okay? A Michelin Pilot, yeah, Street Pro or something like that. And I don't like it. I actually don't like it. I got the Roger spacers, which helped a lot. The thing about this tire is it's too wide. It's very wide, and when I try to turn, it turns. What I like about it is that it's very sticky. So if I try to make a hard carve, and I really try to like go like low to the ground while I'm making like a harsh turn, it lets me do it without worrying about slipping, because it's just so sticky. There's so much surface area on the tire that I feel like I'm not going to slide out. I have so much grip. The drawback is it's so much grip that I can't really maneuver the way I want in traffic. I do it, but it can be a struggle at times. I would like to go back, and the original tire that this came with was a knobby tire, which I absolutely hate. So any suggestions for a proper street tire for the EX30 would be fantastic if you guys have it. It's beautiful out. Today was just great, man. Like I set it in my head to go and make a video with my high-speed MSP, and my main concern was that I maybe had some type of jaded experience. Like I was jaded. I was like, I don't want to feel like, you know how like when you experience something that's the max, you're like, this is the best, and then you go to the next max and you're like, oh, this is the best, and then you want to come back to what you're used to, but then that thing you're used to is like not as great, and you fear that you might lose that experience that you enjoyed previously because you had that new experience. So I thought I was going to have that with the EX30 going back to the MSP. Now, don't get me wrong, I do ride my MSP, but I don't take it on long distances. I don't take it on long trips that I used to in the past. I used to ride like 30, 40 miles, no problem, high speeds, no problem, just bring my charger. But now that I have the EX30, I'm just like, I don't know if I want to do that. But I did it today, and it was freaking great. I ended a 17-mile ride. Beautiful ride, no crazy riding, just, you know, beautiful ride. 17 miles, 50, I think it was like 60% battery left, 90 volts or something like that. And I can say I'm very satisfied with that. So the MSP high speed holds up to is the previous experience I had. So I'm very happy with it, actually. If I can add 400 more watt hours to that MSP, oh my gosh, there's no way I'm getting rid of that wheel. I know there was a way to do it. There's some guys in the past that did do it. They added 400 watt hours extra. All they did was remove the box for the speaker and just replace that with 400 watt hours. I did say I was gonna do it a while back. Stuff happened and I didn't do it. But I would like to revisit that idea. Yes, I would love to revisit that idea. Maybe I can reach out to Roger. He's a battery expert. And maybe he can help me out. But I'm pretty sure I should be able to do that. Hello, Spartacus. Hello, Dakota Walker. And hello, Chloe is Queen. All right, Chloe, the Queen. Do you ride? What do you ride, Chloe? What do you ride? But yeah, guys, can you believe it? Time flies when you're having fun. It's almost winter, man. This is so sad. It doesn't mean I'm not gonna ride, but just to feel the cold weather is like disparaging. But it's cool. There's a race coming up. I would like to go to that race, but I don't see it happening. Maybe in the future, because I didn't prepare, and you don't just go to a race without preparing. But yeah, so there's 2 new wheels coming out, the P6 and the race, the Big Old race. I know Zenli. Did Zenli? No, Zenli had something else, right? No, Zenli had the race. Yeah, he bought it directly from Begode. So Zenli made some comments about it. He did say the plastic piece is a little too close to the tire, which is kind of true. But if you look at the P6, it's almost similar. it's really close to like if you hit a curb, instead, like if you just go straight and you hit a curb, if that tire compresses, you might just hit the plastic on the race. The P6 seems to have a similar drawback. But overall, I'm hopeful for InMotion. I'm very hopeful for InMotion because, that wheel does look really good. It looks really good. It looks square. Not really, there's not really, like the Aero, for example. What I like about the Aero is that it's beautiful. It's a beautiful, aesthetically pleasing wheel. It just looks great. But it's not practical. You know what I mean? It's not practical. There's not enough battery. It's really a starter wheel. And I think Zenly made a good point. It would be nice to have the Aero in different sizes. So you have the 1100 watt hours, then you have, well, it's 11,010 or something like that, watt hours. Or yeah. And then you have maybe like a 3600 watt hour one. That would be freaking great. That would be great. If Nosvet can come out with a wheel that's designed similar to the Aero, you know, with like at least 3,000 watt hours, oh my gosh, that would be a beautiful wheel. Absolutely. But I can't see. I mean, people buy the Aero. Everyone that buys the Aero says good things about it, except this one guy in Russia. This one guy in Russia, he was very down to earth. I love that. I love reviews like that are down to earth, in the sense that they're honest. They're not trying to hype the company. He did add a little bit of hype, but he mixed it with some honesty. And he did say he didn't really like the handle, because you're gonna have to to charge the wheel. You the handle in order to charge it again. Number two, the pedals are really low, so when you try to make hard turns or carves, you almost feel like you're gonna dig into the pavement. So these are some very important quirks to bring up, which I haven't heard anyone else mention. Zenly said he loves the wheel, but then again, Zenly said the wheel is great. He can't find anything wrong about it. But then he mentions the drawbacks, that it would be a good wheel in Spain and it's not really adequate in Las Vegas, because Las Vegas is very vast. And he's right. I went to Las Vegas when I went to race with him, and it is a very vast place. But I did bring my high-speed MSP, and I was able to traverse their beautiful highways, no problem. I was not fearful at all because I knew I could do 45, 48 miles an hour. But I would never dare try something like that on the Aero. So I can understand where he's coming from. On top of that, you have the 1100 watt hour, which is really small. I think the wheel is just a great intro wheel and it's funny because many beginners don't like intro wheels, because intro wheels, it's really hard to sell a wheel for the price that you're looking for. Although maybe the Aero might hold its value, I don't know. But most people, when they buy wheels, and I found that with the Sherman, the veteran Sherman, when it first came out, and the V13 when it first came out, a lot of people were like, oh, I love this wheel, but one thing a lot of people didn't realize is that, one thing that they took into consideration when they got the wheel was that they could grow with it. So people want wheels that they can grow with, where they won't have to go and try to resell it. It's a hassle to resell a wheel, especially when you're selling it at a loss. So it's a good thing to get a wheel that you can grow with. And the Aero is just not a good one. I think the Aero is just a great wheel to look at, in my opinion. I'm sorry, I'm being biased, but whatever. Chris Clay, sub homie, I'm waiting for my EX30 to be delivered. Supposed to be here by the end of the month. I can't wait to be able to. Dude, I'm telling you, you're gonna love this EX30. You're gonna absolutely love the EX30. Now, let's get ready. I gotta get ready, dude. I gotta get ready. All right, let me see. You guys will. I'll put you guys right here. Let me get ready. Yeah. Wait, maybe right here. I don't want you guys to see my plate. Remember, my EX30 is still up for grabs. All right. I don't like off-roading, man. I don't like it. I was almost gonna cancel because I'm like, off-roading. But I was like, you know what? You don't always have to do what you like. Sometimes you do what other people like. You know what I'm saying? Get a different perspective on everything. Compromise a bit. So that's what I'm doing, compromising a bit. Let's see what happens. Off-roading looks fun, but I just can never get into it. I don't mind basic off-roading. Basic off-roading is perfectly fine. But it's just not my thing. I love the street. I love the pavement. I like off-roading as long as there's stretches. Make a review on these E-Rides gloves. They're great. They're so natural, dude. The way they fit is so natural. Oh, beautiful. Anyway. Say bye to the MSV. Later, MSV. Here's the boost. The X30, baby. Is the best race wheel in my opinion. I'm not a good judge for this because I'm not a racer. I'm just a good street rider. That's the thing about EUCs, guys. It takes us forever to prepare. Forever. Especially if you're a YouTuber. You know what I mean? You guys don't see the background, but it takes forever to start. This morning, since that was planned, I had a quicker start time because I planned everything the night before. So today, when I started, it was a lot easier to just get into the mood, you know? But when your fellow ride buddy calls you to go for a ride and you're not ready, it just takes forever. You know what I mean? Anybody going to the race? Who's going to the race? All right, let's get out of here. My ninja EUC. Ninja! I'm probably the only one who still has the stock pads, because I just love the design. I like how it looks. I might change it though, in favor of a full Grizzly setup. I'm not gonna record right now. I'm gonna record when we get over there. All right, let me see if I remember where it is. All right, guys, it was a pleasure. See ya. I don't know where the race is. It's called Teflon Race or something. Look it up. Okay, Staga says, hey, I have the InMotion high torque. I'm looking to upgrade, not sure what wheel to grab. I was thinking, dude, listen, it's very simple. Let me help you decide on what wheel to choose. Ask yourself, what is the most what's the highest level of activity you plan on doing ever? Is it racing? Is it long distance? Is it off-roading? What is it? What is your ultimate objective? And once you answer that, you choose the wheel. That's how you do it. Because there's endless options. Blitz Pro, but not sure about the range. Exactly. So if you're concerned about range, get a wheel with a bigger capacity. If you're concerned about speed, get two wheels. One with big capacity and one like the Blitz. So for example, for me, I love my high-speed MSP because my city, where I live, it's really not that big. Boston is not a big place. So I can pretty much get anywhere in Boston with my MSP, literally. And I can ride 45, 47 miles an hour, no problem. Now the EX30, I'll take it to like out of Boston. Like if I'm going to West Roxbury from Boston, if I'm going to like anywhere that has long stretches, then I will take the EX30. But beyond that, the MSP high speed does everything I need, and it has the range I need. And if I'm concerned about range, just bring my charger. But yeah, that's how you got to decide, man. Yes, I will ride safe, guys. Peace. I'm gonna head over there. See you guys.